Well, football is often a numbers game. 4 matches to go, 9 unbeaten at home, 16 top-flight meetings between these two without a Wolves win. Last Saturday, Nuno's side produced 68% possession, 22 shots on goal, 14 corners and not a single foul, but often the only number that matters is the one in the goals column. But for the width of the postal bar against Brighton, that may have been different, as it would when Wolves went to Arsenal in November. Morgan Gibbs-White came within millimetres of a late winner that day. He's the only change from Saturday as Leander Dendoncker returns. So we are nearly ready to go on Signal 107 Sport. Mikey Burrows, Chris Iwelumo and Kevin Foley alongside us tonight. And Arsenal are the team who are going to get us started. We'll run you through the two teams very shortly indeed. What a night of football. The clouds are clearing. The breeze has died down. This is Premier League football on Signal 107 Sport and Wolves TV as we wait for the worldwide TV feeds to be ready to get us going. Wolves in gold shirts, black shorts and gold socks, playing from right to left as we look at it, defending the Sir Jack Hayward South Bank, attacking the Stan Cullis North Bank. Steve Ballstan on the far side with Arsenal fans filling the bottom tier, and as ever we are sat at the front of the top tier of the Billy Wright stand, directly behind Nuno's dugout and technical area. Arsenal in their change strip of navy blue shirts, parrot shorts and navy socks. In possession with Nacho Monreal down their left-hand side. They line up with Leno in goal, Maitland-Niles, Socrates, Koscielny and Monreal at the back. Torreira and Xhaka holding two midfield, Mkhitaryan, Ozil and Iwobi all supporting Alexandre Lacazette. Wolves with Patricio in goal, Bennett, Cody, Bolly, Doherty and Johnny the wing-backs, Neves, Moutinho, Dendoncker, Jimenez and Jota, the two up top. Kevin Foley is alongside us for commentary, as he was on Saturday, and hoping for a much more open game than Saturday, Foles.
Yeah, you can see already, obviously, the way it started on Saturday. Brighton just had 10 men behind the ball, basically, and already Arsenal, you know what they're like on the ball. They're a really good team, they're comfortable. So I think this will suit Wolves. They like to counter-attack teams, and hopefully, you know, we'll catch them by surprise more than once.
Arsenal enjoying a bit of early possession as it goes backwards to Socrates, trying to play it forwards, came off Johnny, will be cleared as far as Torreira, foot in there by Moutinho, who was caught late, and Stuart Atwell will blow for an early Wolves free kick here. Chris Iwelumo in a very good position here.
Yeah, again, I think Wolves have started very well. Arsenal seen a lot of the ball, but not really kind of got in behind. Wolves have been very compact, moving across, closing down, pressing together. And again, Johnny got the chance here to make a challenge and done very well. So, Moutinho, sorry, yeah. So I think, yeah, fantastic opportunity. Beat the first man. We've got bodies in there and just try and create.
Stuart Atwell, our referee tonight, has taken charge of more Wolves games than anybody else in his career. The 21st of them tonight. Moutinho getting ready to launch in a free kick, right-footed from the left-hand side, straight into the goalkeeper's arms, though a little bit too much on that.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with that, with the quality he's got. You know, that's straight into the keeper's hands there. Again, just in that area, you want to be kind of clinical, you want to be on the money, and it was a little bit too heavy.
There comes Mkhitaryan trying to release Ozil down the right-hand side, deep inside the Wolves' half. Maitland-Niles have made the overlap, goes back infield towards Torreira, who tries to find room to shoot, and that was blocked by Ryan Bennett as it comes out of the penalty area. Xhaka keeps it alive. Monreal to take it down the left-hand side. Jimenez was tracking him, goes back infield to Granit Xhaka. Switched across to Ozil, just about midway inside the Wolves half on the inside right. Forwards to Mkhitaryan. Wide for Maitland-Niles. Back infield to Mkhitaryan again. Now Ozil being forced backwards by Moutinho and Bolly. And he'll go to halfway to Socrates. And taken on by Lucas Torreira. And Arsenal already showing Kevin Foley how they can quickly try and hit on the counter themselves.
Yeah, they can, and I'm looking forward to actually seeing a bit of Ozil tonight, because obviously he gets a lot of bad press, but I think sometimes he makes the game look so easy the way he plays, and it can be misinterpreted for him being lazy, but he moves with the ball so well and he just finds pocket space.
Niles trying to put an early one up towards Lacazette. Doherty We'll head it back to the goalkeeper, Rui Patricio, comfortable enough defending so far from Wolves. Helen says, good evening lads, 1-1 is my prediction tonight. Just to Dawn listening from a brisk Waikato morning in New Zealand. Come on, you Wolves. Mikey Burrows, if you want to have your say tonight. Kevin says this is a grudge match in the Turner household. Husband versus wife. He says, yes, I know that I married a gooner. Nobody said she was perfect. He's going for Wolves 3, Arsenal 2. His wife Maria reckons it'll be 3-1 Arsenal. Mikey Burrows, if you want to have your say tonight. This is Willy Bolly in possession.
Just excellent, yeah. As soon as Wolves won possession, Johnny bones forward, Doherty bones forward, because we've got that pass. It's a great outlet, and look at the space that Doherty's in now. But now he's got to defend because of that's what I'm saying. It's about that transition, what you do, right decision.
Like I said, trying to find Ozil. Good strong challenge from Willy Bolly. There he presented it to Mkhitaryan, who rather sliced his shot over, and just a little bit maybe too calm and collected from Willy Bolly. Needs to make sure he makes that pass if he's going to try and flick it there.
It's one of those things, I think, when you're defending, you've got to be switched on, you've got to be concentrated, and it is tiring as well. He worked ever so hard to get it back, and it's just when you do it, make sure it's good quality. I think it's Johnny that's on. Make sure it's a decent pass to him, not the little flick with the outside of the left.
Yeah, there were areas on the pitch where you can try and make those kind of passes on the edge of your own box. And surrounded by attackers, maybe not. Here's Ryan Bennett being forced backwards by Lacazette. Will use Patricio just on the edge of his 6-yard box. Left-footed, straight down the middle of the field, trying to find Jota inside the centre circle. Socrates won it. It was lifted forwards by Neves. Maitland-Niles will play it back to Bernd Leno. Had a great game in the match at the Emirates back in November. Pulled off some super saves that day. Rather kept Arsenal in it at times.
Arsenal, they're the team that, when we were in the Premier League for 3 years, they're the only big team we didn't get to beat. We beat Man United, we beat Man City, but Arsenal, we just could never get across the line. It'd be great for the lads to do it today. It'd be fantastic.
The Wolves already shown this year that they've beaten Tottenham, beaten Chelsea, beaten Man United. They had to settle for a draw here against Manchester City. They got a draw at Arsenal earlier in the season. If they could beat them tonight, it would be a big step forward. The first victory since 1979. The Wolves could beat them. There's Monreal down the left-hand side for Arsenal though. They are looking threatening in the opening 6.5 minutes so far. Monreal gets it back from Xhaka. Infield to Iwobi. Iwobi trying to run at Matt Doherty, and it came off the Irishman and behind for an Arsenal corner. A fair amount of concentration needed early period.
I think defensively been excellent. I think distances between the lines, between the players have been fantastic. Definitely covering over, always compact, going across pitch, back in front. So no, and again stopping the cross, stopping it coming in. It's been excellent.
Corner's taken short. This is Iwobi, 25 yards from goal. Back out wide to Ozil on the left-hand side. Back to Iwobi again. Infield it goes to Xhaka. Back first time to Iwobi. Jimenez went to close down. It goes down the line, down the left-hand side. Little ball infield from Ozil to Mkhitaryan. Tries to lift it towards Socrates, who puts it back in the danger zone. Comes all the way through the penalty area to Ozil. Out by the left-hand corner flag. Closed down by Jota. Flicked infield to Lacazette. Just forced out of the penalty area by Cody. Mkhitaryan trying to beat his man Jota into the penalty area. Goes Henrik Mkhitaryan trying to pull it back. The first block was there. Lacazette just in front of Jota, keeping the ball alive, trying to pull it back for Xhaka. Jimenez got a foot in. The ball's delivered into the penalty area, but then Donker knew that no one was coming around the back, and it goes through for a goal kick.
It's just you can't switch off. You can't go for the little feint. Jota there fell into it. He tried to recover. It was Conor Cody that was great defensive that got the block in, because that was it. And it just shows you the quality. They don't force it. They don't just whip it across blind. They always try and pick a man out. If it's cutting it back, it's Conor Cody, great defending, aware of his surroundings, different class.
Wolves 0, Arsenal 0, with 8 minutes played on Signal 107 Sport. The big match with Tile Choice staying into the game in tiles. Chris Iwelumo and Kevin Foley with us tonight. You can have your say with the boys on the Final Whistle fans phone in as well. I'll give you the details a little bit later on. A long way to go before then. Hopefully something to come from Wolves, although then Donker's lost out on possession to Xhaka up towards halfway. into the centre circle for Ozil, looking to bring it forwards to the Arsenal right, out to Mkhitaryan, 40 yards from goal, looking to drive infield away from Johnny, tried to find the feet of Lacazette, but Ryan Bennett stuck to his task excellently there. Big clearance, went downfield. Arsenal can build again, but Kevin Foley, Bennett did really well.
He did really well, and he's been so impressive this season. He's been one of the players of the season for me, for his no-nonsense defending, the way he covers round. He just leads by example, and he's really strong, and you do miss him when he's not in the team at times.
Here comes Socrates, wide for Maitland-Niles, midway inside the Wolves half, ball down the line. Too far ahead of Mkhitaryan, and it'll go all the way through for a goal kick. Russ Shelton says greetings from a balmy 78/26 degrees Larkspur, California. Wolves true to form will nip this 2-1, says Russ. Mikey Burrows, if you want to have your say. Lindsay's on holiday in Cyprus, watching the match on Cyprus Sports with our commentary. 3-0 Wolves. He's going for Patricio to launch this downfield. Flick on by Dendoncker. Doherty couldn't quite get control of it. Iwobi's lost out here to Dendoncker though, trying to slide it down the line. We'll have to settle for the throw.
I think good play as well. I think when we've got it coming out from the back, let's play to our strengths as well. You know, Willy Bolly there going to try and collect it, and it's him and Johnny against one Arsenal player. So I think we can get it out and play. Try and play our game. Don't be afraid to do that.
Ball down the line for Jimenez, couldn't quite keep it in. It's gone behind for a goal kick. Just the extra bit of bounce on that took it away from him at the last minute. Johnny had pushed right on forwards to join Jota, trying to get into the penalty area. Wolves maybe do need to start committing a few more men forwards if they are going to start scoring more goals.
I think the balance is perfect at the minute. You know, the distance between the lines. I've got to say the back four at the minute, back three can step up a little bit and close that gap. But like you say, great defending there from Willy Bolly. It's just about keeping the ball now and getting those little passes in, build the confidence up. Look at the way the Arsenal press. They don't allow you, they press as collectively. But we've got the quality to play through that, and then they drop and respect that.
Patricio's had more touches of the ball already, Kevin Foley, than he did in the majority of Saturday.
And I would say we've probably had to defend more in this 10 minutes than we did in the whole of Saturday as well. At times on Saturday we'd look and there were 5 players surrounding Murray up front on his own and not really doing anything. But tonight, obviously, the lads have got to be on their toes because Arsenal are straight at them, and especially I think when we're getting the ball at the back, they're not allowing us any time to build up either. So they're not showing us a lot of respect.
Here comes Doherty. Dendoncker tried to flick it on for Doherty's continued run. It's cleared as far as Neves into the centre of the Arsenal half to Matinha, trying to thread it through for Jimenez. Just a little bit too much on it. Johnny will chase down Mkhitaryan and force him to hurry his clearance. And he goes as far as Bolly on halfway, backwards to Cody. Cody closed down quickly by Lacazette, has to go all the way back to Patricio. Arsenal keeping quite a high line and stopping Wolves from playing it around the back three. There's Willy Bolly in possession, out wide left. Infield to Jota, who's come short. Couldn't find Johnny. Ball will rebound infield for Neves. Johnny on the turn over the halfway line, looking to drive forwards. Neat ball infield to Dendoncker. Dendoncker trying to switch it out towards Doherty, just not enough on the pass, and Monreal was able to intercept.
You know, it was on. Doherty was on in a fantastic area as well. Dendoncker, I think he can do it quicker. No touch, and he's got so much room for error as well. He's trying to go perfect into the player, but in front and behind, so that Doherty can run onto it. But again, it was great opening Johnny, driving with the ball, which you want him to do, because that commits players, and then he comes inside, and Dendoncker finds himself in space, but just the execution could have been better.
Here comes Ozil down the Arsenal left, out 30 yards from goal, out wide to Iwobi, back infield to Granit Xhaka, midway between the touchline and the centre circle. Back just over halfway is Socrates, with a short pass finding Lucas Torreira to his left-hand side to Monreal. Forwards again to Mesut Ozil, trying to pull the strings for Arsenal. Dendoncker is with him. Ball goes infield to Iwobi, flicked back out wide towards Ozil, and to drive on again, trying to find Lucas Torreira, flicking it forwards. That's going to go harmlessly all the way through to Rui Patricio. Wolves stuck to their task fairly well there. 13 minutes gone in the game. Still Wolves 0, Arsenal 0. Advert on the big screen for Old Gold Club Live. Friday 7th of June. Me and Looms with the Grand Theatre. You can buy your tickets, grandtheatre.co.uk. Foles is going to come.
I'll be there.
I'll sort you out tickets, don't worry.
Thank you. Car park.
Has he not invited you to come and do another one?
No,
You done the pilot and he just
I done the
done
pilot.
Huh?
I done the pilot. Everyone says, "Oh, why don't you do it?" Yeah, I've done the pilot. And
That's it, mate. That's you.
where is it? No, nowhere.
Yeah, but you're the reason why we weren't able to do Old Gold Club.
That's true. Even more so, we need to bring you back on, isn't it?
It's just some of your stories couldn't actually be broadcast
Well,
at the end.
Do you know? Remember the quiz I done? I was actually good at the quiz, wasn't I?
Yeah, we dropped that after the first episode.
Wow.
Long ball through, it's going to go through for a goal kick. We mentioned, by the way, on Saturday in defending, Wolves didn't make a single foul against Brighton on Saturday. It's the first time a team haven't committed a single foul in 6,064 Premier League matches since 2003.
Wow. Wow.
And who was that?
I don't know.
Oh, you can't come out with
Mate, that came
stat,
from Opta.
and you don't even know
That
who
came
the
from
last team
Opta.
was.
That wasn't from me.
Oh.
I didn't sit there and count out 6,000. I know I'm sad, Looms, but I'm not quite that sad.
The thing is, Brighton have got to have the ball to be able to foul them, and they just didn't have the ball, did they?
There's Monreal. Arsenal having plenty of it tonight. But thankfully, they haven't got too close to Rui Patricio's goal just yet. In fact, they've had 84% possession as Mkhitaryan goes down the right hand side. Low cross comfortably taken by Patricio. Only 16% of the ball so far for Wolves. Only 21 passes to Arsenal's 104. Completely different game from Saturday.
The thing is, Arsenal are not letting us play either. They're staying quite high when Patricio's got the ball, and we're resorting to sort of kicking it long really at the moment.
That's where the flaw is, isn't it? I think stick to what you believe in. We're comfortable playing out from the back. We've got good players technically as well. You play through a press, Kev. What happens with that press? They drop and respect you, don't you?
Yeah.
And then that's how you play your own game. So it's one of them. Arsenal, they're not going to just let you sit and play. They're not going to drop back. They're going to get in your faces and say, right, play through us. If you can play through us, then fair play.
Yeah.
And like I say, there's no respect given there whatsoever. But we've got to stick to our guns and do what we do best.
Yeah.
This is Arsenal moving it just over halfway. Monreal down the left-hand side. Iwobi back into his own half to Koscielny. Across to Socrates. Back across to Laurent Koscielny. So they will try and move the ball forwards and then back again to Koscielny. Arsenal very comfortable at the minute. Wolves need to try and get hold of possession if they can and try and work something, but at the minute they're finding it hard to get a touch as Arsenal continue to play it round. This is Lucas Torreira, falls to Iwobi just out of the centre circle, central position, trying to switch it to the left hand side. Here comes Monreal, back infield it goes to Iwobi. Iwobi trying to drive on, gets it back from Monreal. Monreal now trying to run into the penalty area, and he was just dragged back by Matt Doherty. And it's a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area, and there may be a card coming here. The Wolves defender just got caught there.
Yeah.
With a lot of joy down that side for
Yeah,
Arsenal.
Monreal's probably just got the wrong side of Doc there, and to be fair, it's not a bad foul from him. He'd rather take the foul and not a yellow card, but obviously he got booked for that. But otherwise, Monreal was hunting down on goal there.
Plenty of defending to do now. Everybody in a gold shirt back inside the penalty area. Two-man wall trying to block off Lucas Torreira and Ozil. The two stood over it. Ozil left-footed, Lucas Torreira right. He's the man with his arm in the air right now. Getting set to try and deliver. Torreira hits Matinho in the wall and goes out of play for a throw on the far side, 10 yards from the corner flag. It's exactly what the wall is there for. Might have stung João Matinho, but he did his job. 17.5 minutes played, 0-0. Wolves on the back foot at the minute. Iwobi, it's a little footing by Doherty, out of play for another Arsenal throw. Monreal will take, just less than 10 yards from that left-hand corner flag. And in front of the Arsenal fans in the bottom of the Steve Ball stand. Monreal exchanging passes with Ozil. Ozil being forced backwards, then Duncan was right with him. Goes to Koscielny. Socrates at the base of the centre circle. Now here comes Maitland-Niles, closed down by Matinho, back into the Arsenal half again. Koscielny forwards for Xhaka to take over, just over halfway. Out to the left-hand side to Monreal, infield to Iwobi. Now to Ozil, centre of the half, back out to the left-hand side to Xhaka. Further down the line was Ozil. It's going to be Torreira, Lacazette, onto Iwobi in the penalty area. Alex Iwobi trying to pull it back, and thankfully he was behind everybody. Mkhitaryan will race out to the right-hand touchline to keep it alive. Down the line for Maitland-Niles, who'd run on the underlap, but he was out-muscled there by the strength of Diogo Jota, who's now going to try and drive it forwards himself, up towards halfway. Still Jota goes, leaves it for Jimenez, ball's gone out of play. It's an Arsenal throw, that's very unfortunate.
I think great defending by Jota as well. Great pace, great athleticism and power in his stride. And I'm asking a question to linesman there. If that full ball's out, I'm not sure.
It was tight.
I'm thinking he's got some Hawkeyes on him there, hasn't he? But come on, it's a fantastic play and brilliant offensive play by Jota as well.
It's got the crowd going as well. 19 minutes gone in the game, still 0-0. Signal 107 Sport and Wolves TV tonight. Here's Lucas Torreira to Maitland-Niles, about 10 yards inside the Wolves half. Ozil's on the right-hand side, back to Maitland-Niles. Infield to Torreira. Trying to find the feet of Lacazette. On for Mkhitaryan, right-hand side of the penalty area. Mkhitaryan trying to check his run. Johnny is there with him. He's got support from Ozil, forced wide out of the penalty area by Cody. Snapping away at his heels, and Ozil continuing to run infield. Jota now taking over. Goes out wide to Maitland-Niles. Infield to Lacazette. Neves snapping away at him. Out wide again for Maitland-Niles. Thought about the first time cross. Dummy plays it on again towards Lacazette. Pulled back from the byline. Dendonker's there. Clears as far as Jota. Helped round the corner to Jimenez. Not the best of touches. Jota wanted a handball and he gets it as well. And well done Wolves for sticking to their task there.
Ah, fantastic, great play as well. You know, it's the pass into Jota that I'm thinking it's not on to play it there, but I'm glad that he did. What one round the corner to Jimenez, who took it with the outside of his foot. I think it should stick and then play it into the path of Jota. But to be fair, trying to play out, respect that, keep doing it. No matter if it doesn't work, keep doing it. And Arsenal they will drop, but unsuccessful doing it that way, but winning the foul.
Claire Elliott is also watching the game in Cyprus and listening to our commentary. Wolves to win 2-1, says Claire and Elliott. Come on, you Wolves. Either Claire Elliott or Claire and Elliott. There's Dendonker. That's the right side to Doherty. Midway inside the half, driving forwards up towards the edge of the box. Infield for João Moutinho to Carwan. Oh, it wasn't far wide. What an effort from João Moutinho. Head in hands for the Portuguese maestro. He's only scored one goal this season away at Manchester United. He was in a whisker of his second in a gold shirt there.
Well, I've got to say, fantastic play. Doherty finds it, got space to run, and he does exactly that. Great weighted pass into Moutinho as well. Done everything right. Had the keeper scrambling as well. You know, that was very, very close. Excellent.
There's a sign as well. If Wolves can get the ball and can get that counter-attack game going, Kevin Foley, they do have the tools to try and hurt Arsenal.
Yeah, they do, and they've got the players, and that's exactly what Doc's about. The way he's just driven inside there, commits players, and all of a sudden, Arsenal are on the back foot, and you know, you wouldn't want it to fall to anyone else. Maybe Neves, but them two have got the technique to put it in the top corner without a shadow of a doubt.
Cody back to Patricio, putting his foot through it, clearing it to halfway. Jota will challenge. I thought he looked in the better of Socrates there, but the referee disagreed.
Nah, there's nothing in that whatsoever. You know, Socrates and Jota there go up for it, and it's good play by both. There is nothing in that. I don't know what the ref's seen.
Well, Socrates is claiming that he got a knock on the back of the head. You can hear what the crowd make of that. Arsenal get on with things quickly. It's 0-0 at Old Trafford, by the way. 6 minutes or so played there. We'll keep you up to date with that game, as well as what's happening here. 22.5 minutes played. Wolves 0, Arsenal 0 on Signal 107 Sport. The big match with Talco is staying out of the game in tiles. Here's Mkhitaryan, put in by Moutinho, out of play for a throw. Tim says, I had a ticket tonight, had to pass it on because the missus booked a trip to Edinburgh. Got you guys on my phone with the Manchester derby on the telly. Couldn't find the big game anywhere, says Tim Bowen. This is Dendonker. Back to Ryan Bennett at Mikey Burrows if you want to get in touch with us tonight. Ryan Bennett in possession, and important that Wolves just settle into this now, boys, and just enjoy a little bit more with the ball, maybe.
Much better. Just at the minute, just these little passes, getting the confidence in. Players bombing on, fantastic play. That's really high foot as well.
Jota wins a free kick just over the halfway line.
He's so strong, isn't he? For like such a small-looking guy, his balance, everything about him, players bounce off him.
And Jota is the one who's making things happen now from his defensive duty when he won it back and ran to the halfway line. He's got the team going.
It's part and parcel. I think that it's a responsibility for him and Jimenez. You see the two of them are dropping right back, doing their duties defensively. But this is what they've got to. This is what they've got to bring. You know, and offensively, he's ticking that box.
Cody, big long diagonal, trying to find Doherty. Too much on it. Doherty had made his run a little bit too far infield, and it goes all the way through for an Arsenal throw-in down by their own corner flag. It's just over a year now since Conor Cody's last Wolves goal from the penalty spot in the 4-0 win at Bolton that sealed the championship title. He hasn't actually scored a home goal in his career.
Wow.
All his career goals have come away from home. Though he has scored at Molineux before, though it was in a Huddersfield shirt.
I'd just like to see Wolves have a little bit more possession when they first win the ball back, maybe around the back. Although saying that, I have been impressed with Arsenal when they're out of possession, the way they've gone after the ball.
You're about to see something very special, boys. A big arms Bennett throw from the right-hand side. Ryan Bennett's been drying the ball on a towel midway inside the Arsenal half. Bolly and Dendoncker wait near the edge of the 6-yard box. It goes in field. Bolly gets a flick on. Jimenez trying to get a foot to it just over the top of the crossbar. Well, by hook or by crook, Wolves aren't going to get too many chances tonight. And if they have to go a little bit route one, maybe it's a route that they can take.
Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. You know, I think Bolly connected very well with it, and Jimenez is alive as ever. You know, probably got too much of a touch on it that puts it over. You know, just he mishits that one, and it's probably in the back of the net. But as what Kevin was saying there, I think I totally agree. I think we'd like to see us have more of the ball, those little passes at the back. We did see it there. I think Ryan Bennett got it, Conor Cody got it, Bolly got it, and we're using it well. Neves is an option, Mattino in there is obviously an option, but we're not using it. It's going down to Jota, and he's doing his job. Want to see more of that.
25.5 minutes play. It's still 0-0 at Molineux. Arsenal having much the better with the opening exchanges, but Wolves coming back into it in the last 5 minutes or so. Here comes Maitland-Niles down the right-hand side. Mkhitaryan's lost out here to Neves. Falls to Jota. Might be a counter-attack on. Johnny's made a run through the middle. Jota to find Johnny. Johnny stepped over it and then was taken out right on the edge of the D. And big question to be asked here. And it's a yellow card given to Nacho Monreal.
Well, he's not the last man, but there's no defender in Arsenal that's going to get across to make the challenge. So it's definitely a goal scoring opportunity. So he takes him there. Well, there you go.
Maybe Koscielny.
Is he making it?
I don't know. He's got to shift it to the side, and then by that time, I don't know.
You can see Conor Cody asking the question of Stuart Atwell here.
Again, it's Jota causing all sorts of problems. When he gets running, they can't handle him.
Now, Ruben Neves has not scored a free kick since the opening day of the season here against Everton, but he is placing the ball with purpose. João Moutinho will move away from it. It's very central, but it's a good distance.
Is it a good distance?
I like it. No, I don't know.
It's a bit too close.
No.
What do you think? Just over 20 yards?
I'm giving him another 2-3 metres, and I'm thinking it's perfect for him, isn't it?
That's 26.
Up and down, up and down.
It's 26, 25 yard. He's going to come this side. Keeper's right. Keeper's right.
Here comes Ruben Neves. A couple of short steps. Steps up to strike it. Over the wall! Ruben Neves! What a goal from a sensational football player! That is well worth the wait. What a beauty! Wolves 1, Arsenal 0.
Well, the way that he struck it, there's a lot of movement in the ball. Kev called it, keeper's right.
Called it, yeah.
And he's not stopping that. You know, fantastic movement, well struck. I'm sitting thinking it's too close, up and down. It was a fantastic strike. You know what?
Yeah.
The wall jumped as well, and it was absolute perfection.
You could see his run. He's not come around the ball. It's quite straight. So you think he's going to hit it away from the goalie, and it was perfect. He had pace, had everything on it. Keeper no chance.
It's where it hits the net when it's nearly at the bottom corner at the back. The dip in the ball, the movement, ridiculous.
Ruben Neves, 5th goal of the season. His first since he scored from the penalty spot away at Everton back in February. His first free kick since the opening day. It went into the other top corner at the same end at the North Bank at Molineux. With a special moment from a special player. And suddenly, Wolves, having had barely any of the ball in this opening period, they lead against Arsenal.
You can see a dead ball situation. You said about the throw-in, chances are going to come far between, but yeah, it's executed perfectly, and like you say, it's Arsenal now have got to take a chance. They've got to come into it, and that'll play into Wolves' favour even more.
There comes Ozil, intercepted by Doherty, trying to clear it up early. And again, we saw that the break that led to the free kick, a lot of it came from Diogo Jota. He's really been the driving force of this Wolves turnaround in the last 10 minutes.
Every time he gets it, he's looking to go forwards. You know, his strength, Kev's already touched on it. He is so strong, that low centre of gravity. But he's driving at players, he's making things happen, but he's got the support there of Johnny that's coming in behind him. But his execution, his final delivery, his pass has been spot on at the minute.
There's Jimenez back to Ryan Bennett,
Well
looking to switch it across. A lovely ball, applauded by Nuno as it finds Johnny, who drives over the halfway line, looking to go through the middle here. Johnny now trying to slide it on towards Jimenez. It's the penalty area. Raul Jimenez to strike. Couldn't keep the shot down over the top and behind for a goal kick. But all of a sudden, every time Wolves pour forwards, they look such a threat.
No, Johnny gets the ball there. He drives, he cuts across the path of Mkhitaryan as well. But it's just that little distribution. It's a great little ball, but it's taking a little bounce.
Yeah.
Jimenez takes a good first touch, but it's just not coming down for him. And that's when he's probably got to leave it a little bit longer and just hit it low and hard. It's just not coming down, it's bouncing. To be fair, sometimes you even think when it's got a little bit of a bounce on it that you can actually get better contact.
Yeah.
But he just waited too long for me.
Martinho, nice ball on the turn to find Jota on halfway to Dendoncker, almost caught by Iwobi, had to go back to Neves as Doherty was herring down the right hand side. Bennett finds him, infield to Jota, wide again for Matt Doherty. Doherty trying to take it on himself here. He's got Xhaka in front of him, back to Dendoncker, infield to Jota. Jota trying to take it up towards the edge of the box and then blocked off by Koscielny.
Wow.
And a free kick in a dangerous position again.
Well, that's a yellow card if I've never seen it.
Yeah. Completely body checked him.
I don't think there is going to be a card.
I don't know what the ref's doing.
He's getting it. He's pulling it out now.
Yeah, there it is. Eventually, for Laurent Koscielny.
Oh, no, it's not even for Koscielny. It's
Xhaka.
Yeah.
Well, you can only presume Granit Xhaka has said something there, because that is a clear body check by Laurent Koscielny, and yet he's got away with it. And it appears that Granit Xhaka was the one who got the yellow card, unless...
Well, I'm looking at it on the monitor. I've got to say Koscielny's not stepped into Jota's path. He's just stayed strong. You know what I mean? So I understand why the ref's probably not shown the yellow. I think it's a free kick. But if he actually steps across him and blocks him, then I think the yellow comes out.
Neves has produced once tonight. Can he do it again? He's going to lift it over. Takes the deflection off the top of the wall and hits the stanchion holding up the netting behind the goal. It will be a Wolves corner, and the threat is there.
He's got his shooting boots on, isn't he? I tell you what, it's just clipped the top of the wall there, because that was going to cause Leno all sorts of problems again, I think.
Wolves have got their tails up here. And it's going to be Martinho to take the corner, right-footed from the right-hand side. Bolly, Dendoncker, Doherty and Bennett waiting to make late runs in the box. Jimenez and Jota near the 6-yard box. Martinho hangs one high. Bennett tried to get his head to it, got something on it, but couldn't get it on target. It's behind for a goal kick. Wolves 1, Arsenal 0, 32.5 play.
Got to be happy. You know, I think coming into it now, Arsenal on the back foot a little bit. Down to the fact that players are brave enough to get on the ball and drive with it and make things happy. Doherty's been a great outlet every time he's wanting the ball, no matter where it is in the pitch. He's an outlet, and I think that's what you need. I think with the likes of Jimenez and Jota, even Johnny, I think it's been excellent.
Johnny's been driving inside,
and that's what you've got to do.
There's Bolly to find Johnny. Forwards to Martinho on halfway. Xhaka got a foot in. Bolly will hit it back over the halfway line. Johnny was caught Maitland-Niles. Free kick to Arsenal. Signal 107 Sport, the big match with Tile Choice staying into the game in tiles. Wolves have had 27% possession, but they've now had twice as many shots of Arsenal have in the game.
I think Arsenal have been rattled in the last 5 or 10 minutes since the goal. They've not really been able to string past it together. Look, Jimenez just wins the ball again there.
On halfway, Dendoncker found Neves to his right hand side to Bennett. Bennett trying to lift one forwards towards Jota, who's trying to outmuscle Socrates. Went all the way through to the goalkeeper. One or two fans certainly behind the goal thought there was more in that than certainly Stuart Atwell did.
Yeah, I think it's good defending. I think it's a fantastic ball from Bennett as well. You know, the way to pass right in behind. But again, fantastic defending. But great run by Jota again. He's a threat. You know, he's looking to get in behind. If not, then he's come to feet. It's making it stick. If he's got space to turn and drive, that's exactly what he does.
Lacazette's offside for Maitland-Niles' pass. Bolly takes it, wanted to take it quickly to Neves, who spotted Lacazette was right by him. Said no thanks. Let's go back and take this properly. Keith is listening in Marbella with a Borough fan, chilling out before an Ironman triathlon on Sunday. Oh, shout out to Foles, says Keith Murray. Big fan of yours.
Bought a bike through him. Absolute legend he is.
Here's Johnny. Oh, Johnny misplaced pass, tried to find Jota, gave it straight to Xhaka on halfway. Xhaka with an early one forwards to Lacazette. Bolly will try and force him out wide towards the corner flag. Lacazette now trying to drive back infield, but Bolly too strong for him, although he's flicked it past him. And Johnny and then smashes it high into the top of the south bank, and you have to feel that's a little bit of a let-off there.
It is a let-off, I've got to say. The strength of Lacazette and the technical, the quality, but Willy Bolly just kept on going, kept on putting that little bit of pressure. He put a big body one. Lacazette just brushed it off, but he kept going, kept pressing. And you know what? Lacazette will be disappointed that he's not done better and not came across goal.
On the strike, Alexandre Lacazette, that was a long way high and wide. Aid is listening from South East London, says it shows how far we've come, that I think we can win this match tonight. Says, by the way, great to hear that your new co-presenters are as one-sided as Tomo. Here's Johnny, advanced position, wide for Jota, just inside the penalty area, trying to go past Maitland-Niles to the byline, fires it across, and Leno has somehow managed to scramble it away. There might have been a bit of post involved as well. It is a corner, so there was something from the goalkeeper.
I think the Leno's saying that the ball was probably out of play. Well, he's asking for it anyway. But I think he's went and stopped the cross, and it's came off and hit the. I tell you what.
Jota, he's gone past Maitland-Niles like he's not even there. I've got to say, Bennett's ball at the start of that move was fantastic. He's hit a 50-yard cross-field ball.
There were two waiting for that pullback as well. It's Martinho with a corner, right-footed from the left-hand side. He's going to play it short to Johnny. Johnny back to Martinho. Couldn't strike it first time. We'll play it back to Johnny again.
Not
Johnny
bad.
to try and lift it into the danger zone. And it's in! It's Matt Doherty from 6 yards out, left all alone to double Wolves' advantage against Arsenal. It's Wolves 2, Arsenal 0, 36 and a half minutes played. We are in dreamland right now.
Well, I've got to say, I think defending Arsenal there, you can't have one man come out against two at the corner. They've only got one man. How slow is this? Yeah. Who's got to come out there? I think it's Martinho and Johnny. What a ball that is. You know what I mean? I think
great ball.
It's a great ball. And the keeper is in no man's land. He's got to make the decision to come out, Leno, and take it. But great awareness. And it's just a little touch from Doherty. Fantastic position and great header.
Mate, honestly, Arsenal defenders, only 2 have dropped. 5 of Wolves players have stayed in there, gambled. Most of the Arsenal players have stepped out, 2 have stayed, and 5v2, the likelihood is you're going to get your head on it, and Doc's done exactly the right thing.
Matt Doherty's 8th goal of the season, the 21st of his Wolves career, on his 249th Wolves appearance tonight. This is the best goal-scoring season he's ever had in his footballing life.
Brilliant.
And boy is he enjoying it. And boy are we enjoying it.
No, he's worked very hard away from the actual training ground, getting himself right, nutrition and all that. Even his body shape and all that's changed, hasn't it? So well deserved.
That's the biggest thing. I know when I met Doc, I hadn't seen him for a year or 2. Just tell the way he looked in his body. I thought, wow, he's stepped his game up.
Well, Wolves have stepped their game up after what was a tricky opening 15 minutes or so here. Maitland-Niles trying to run down the right-hand side for Arsenal, who need to try and force their way back into the game. Mkhitaryan just evading Martinho. Here's Ozil trying to deliver into the penalty area. That's going to go all the way through for a goal kick. And it just goes to show, boys, that Wolves stuck to their task in that opening period, didn't give Arsenal too many opportunities, and now they've punished them at the other end.
Yeah, look, you're not going to get it all your own way. You know, you've got to defend, you've got to be sound, disciplined, organising, and exactly what they were. You know, Arsenal with the quality still got in behind, but they defended. They were in that area. They done what had to be done, and then they grew into the match. Then they start getting the ball out. They start playing and getting those little passes, and the confidence grows. Certain players, I'm saying Jota, Johnny, Doherty, they actually got in the ball. They were driving, making things that allowing Wolves to go up the pitch and grow into the match. And you know what? A goal changes a match. Neves, the quality, that straight away puts pressure on Arsenal to come out, do a little bit more than what they've been doing. And that's exactly what Wolves have wanted.
Loose pass from Johnny went straight to Torreira. It's Mkhitaryan, Xhaka midway inside the Wolves half, looking towards the Arsenal left, finding Nacho Monreal, back infield to Mkhitaryan. Might fancy a dip from distance. It was closed down by Moutinho. Ball rebounds to Socrates, I'm told. I don't know.
Socrates.
One of our colleagues told me it was Socrates.
Oh.
I'm just going to keep saying it in different ways through the game. Let's see what happens. Here comes Iwobi down the left-hand side. That's a bit easier to say. Trying to low ball in here. Fades Mkhitaryan. Johnny with a heavy touch. Lucas Torreira then takes a tumble. Referee is right on top of it. Moutinho with a rare loose pass for him. Only straight to Ozil. Wide for Iwobi. Iwobi trying to lift it into the danger zone, and there's a good foot in there by Ryan Bennett that took it away from Lacazette behind for a corner.
Again, Iwobi with a fantastic ball in, beats the first man, and Ryan Bennett, you've got to do that, you know, just get a touch on it. Defensively sound at the minute. Who's that down? Johnny.
He's all right.
I think there was a little push off the ball there as well, not a lot in it, but
maybe just twisted his ankle there, Johnny. Seems to be okay. This is Mkhitaryan with a corner, right-footed from the right-hand side. 5 minutes plus time added on to go till half-time. The corner's taken short to Ozil. Pulled back to Xhaka, who's going to line one up from distance. It deflected off Moutinho. Dendoncker with the first header. Bolly with the second to the edge of the box. Put back in the danger zone. Bennett clears. Jimenez hooks away. Now Jota in a chase with Lucas Torreira. Lucas Torreira will win it and play it back to his keeper. Bandeno will play it out short to Lucas Torreira. And Arsenal can build again. Here comes Mkhitaryan up towards halfway. Infield to Xhaka. Across the centre circle. Finding Monreal. Further out to Iwobi. Midway inside the Wolves half. On the left-hand touchline. Trying to drive infield against Matt Doherty. Blocked off by Neves. And Doherty will short pass to Dendoncker. Back to Matt Doherty. And Wolves so cool, calm and collected. Couldn't quite work it up to Jimenez. And Arsenal can come again. Will step over from Ozil. Lacazette's back heel, finds Iwobi. Iwobi trying to strike it, blocked off by Cody inside the box, and Moutinho turns and just hoofs it high into the air.
Have it.
Jota was challenging first time with Maitland-Niles, who nods it back down to Koscielny. This is a key period, this now. Wolves need to stand firm and protect their 2-goal lead towards the break. 3.5 minutes, plus time added on to go. Signal 107 Sport, the big match with Tile Choice staying into the game in tiles. Round the world via Wolves TV. Mkhitaryan can't collect, it'll go through to Patricio. James Bradbury says, I may have woken my dad up who's hurt his back celebrating. Don't think he minds, he says. At Mikey Burrows, if you want to have your say on Twitter tonight. Still Wolves less than 30% possession. 7 shots to 5. 2 goals to the good. What a difference in a couple of days makes.
And it just suits Wolves to let other teams have the ball, and they'll say, look, you can't get through us, you won't get through us, but when we do win the ball, we're going to go out the other end and we're going to cause you problems, and we're going to see how you deal with that. And tonight, obviously Arsenal haven't been able to deal with it.
Mistake from Maitland-Niles gives Wolves a throw in front of Unai Emery's technical area. Just maybe goes to show that there is pressure on Arsenal, who of course lost again at home to Crystal Palace at the weekend. That battle for the top 4 well and truly on. Jimenez, Jota trying to challenge, trying to force his way past Maitland-Niles. Lucas Torreira takes over for Arsenal. Ball took a little deflection which sent it to the path of Neves, who's managed to dig out an unbelievable pass out to Matt Doherty on the right hand side. Doherty driving in field, trying to shoot, blocked off by Koscielny. He is right at it tonight, Matt Doherty.
Just so powerful, you know, when he's at it, he's unstoppable. He's got the close control there, he's got two men in front of him, right through the two of them, no problem at all. One thing in mind, can he get his shot away?
Head down, he just glides through, doesn't he?
Here comes Lucas Torreira, midway inside the Wolves half for Arsenal, trying to switch it out to the left-hand side. Iwobi will get it on the touchline. He's got Ozil down the line, goes infield to Xhaka. Xhaka leaving it to his left-hand side to Monreal, further out to Ozil. Ozil looking to cut back infield towards Granit Xhaka. Jimenez closed him down really quickly, really alert to the danger there, the Mexican sensation. Ozil wide for Monreal. Infield to Iwobi, just outside the penalty area, going wide, pushed wide by Bennett. Finds Ozil, infield to Xhaka, on again to Ozil. Rather stood on the ball, across came a couple of gold shirts, Bennett and Doherty amongst them. Put in by Neves, strong challenge, and now yellow card given in the direction of Lucas Torreira, I think that was, who went flying in on Ruben Neves. Torreira is arguing his innocence. I think both players went in fairly strongly, in fairness. Well, they jumped into it, but not high and not really dangerous, I would say.
He's went with 2 feet together, Torreira there. I think Neves has went with the one, and he's went with two, but both have went and shown studs, to be fair.
It's a stupid challenge from Torreira, really, to jump in like that. You're not in control. I don't see nothing wrong too much with Neves as well. I don't know what Torreira's crying about there, to be honest.
Well, I think Torreira actually had Neves get his foot on Torreira and the follow through. 2 minutes of time being added on. Wolves leading by 2-0. Here comes Mkhitaryan over the halfway line. Out wide for Iwobi. Iwobi looking to drive at Ryan Bennett into the penalty area for Lacazette. He'll step over and Willy Bolly clears to halfway. Monreal brought it down, finds Xhaka, trying to lift it into the penalty area towards Lacazette again, who is offside this time. Torreira's yellow card, by the way, he and Xhaka now both on yellows in that Arsenal central midfield. Gonna make things tasty in the second half, Chris Awolomo.
No, exactly. You know, I think they're going to go about business as normal. Arsenal try and dominate with possession, which they are. Are they creating a lot with it? I think it's been little bits of individual quality. Lacazette that's broke in behind, should have done better in that position. But a lot of shots from distance. You know, Iwobi's had a shot from distance. You know, Ozil's had a shot from distance, and that's happy. That's Wolves are doing their job. Down profession.
Here comes Jota, pouncing on a mistake. Jota trying to drive into the penalty on his left foot. Oh! Diogo Jota!
3-0.
Would you believe this? Molyneux is in pandemonium again. The kings of the counter-attack have gunned down Arsenal in a sensational first half display. It's Wolves 3, Arsenal 0.
Wow. What can you say about that? Unbelievable.
It's just perfect. Going back from back to front, you know, like you say, winning the ball in the right area. What can you do? Can you go forward? Yes, you can. Jota driving, and that's what he's done. Every time he's got it, he's made it happen. He's got into the position to get a shot away with his left. He said it low and hard, across keeper as well. Leno will be disappointed that he's not done better there, but I think it's been struck well enough.
It's low and hard,
but thoroughly deserved. I think defensively being sound, going forward, being creative and clinical. It is a half of complete clinical finishing.
Wow.
Diogo Jota's 9th goal of the season, and that is the half-time whistle. And listen to the noise around this stadium. Absolutely incredible. Wolves had 15% possession in the opening 15-20 minutes, and they end the half 3-0 up with a potential of a first victory against Arsenal since 1979. Diogo Jota, his first goal since the victory over Manchester United at the beginning of April. in the FA Cup. What a performance. 3 superbly taken goals, the first of which came from Ruben Neves from a brilliant free kick after excellent work by Johnny. Matt Doherty then on the end of a Johnny cross on 37 minutes when Arsenal didn't deal with the Wolves set piece, and then Jota winning the ball back right at the end of the half, driving on and finishing past Burn. Bennett trying to find Doherty. It's going to bounce out of play on the right hand side. So you have to go back to 1979 when Wolves won 3-2 at Highbury for Wolves' last victory against Arsenal in the top flight. They've drawn 4 and lost 12 since then. Haven't beaten Arsenal at home in 9 games in all competitions, losing 8 of them since October 1978. I wasn't even born.
I was just.
Chris Owelamo and Kevin Foley alongside me tonight. I'll run you through the 2 teams in just a second. There comes Koscielny. Lucas Torreira finding Xhaka out to the left-hand side for Arsenal to Monreal. Infield towards Iwobi on the edge of the box, pulling it back to Torreira, trying to switch it out towards Ozil. Ozil cutting infield on his left foot now, trying to play it across out to Monreal on the left-hand side again, just outside the penalty area. Back onto his right foot, low cross in, headed away by Neves. Jota battling away with Maitland-Niles, trying to get a block on it. Johnny will challenge, it goes forwards, Ozil on the edge of the box, comes out as far as Xhaka, to his left-hand side to Monreal. Monreal might fancy a dig from distance, and it goes high over the top of the crossbar and behind for a goal kick.
Very much the same, you know. I think come out, be defensively responsible. You know, I think that's exactly what it is. Organising. You look at Conor Cody now talking all the time. I think Coutinho and Neves will be protecting the back 3. You've got the likes of Doherty, Johnny just sitting in and saying, you know what, we'll be a back 5 for a little bit. Every opportunity we get, can we break forward? Yes, they can. It's I think the importance of Jota and Jimenez as well. The ball's got to stick, allow the team to get up, and at the minute, yeah, they're doing exactly that.
Wolves lining up with Patricio in goal, Bennett, Cody Bolly, Doherty, Neves, Martinho, Dendoncker, Johnny, Jimenez and Jota. There was a yellow card for Matt Doherty in that first half. Arsenal with Leno in goal, Maitland-Niles, Socrates, Koscielny, Monreal, Torreira, Xhaka, Mkhitaryan, Ozil, Iwobi and Lacazette. Yellow cards for Torreira, Xhaka and Monreal. Stephen Cliff says, hope select few Wolves fans stop complaining now about a lack of goals. We are doing it, Wolves, we? Here is Mkhitaryan for Arsenal, who may well have felt a bit stunned in their dressing room at the break. There's Ozil trying to get him back into the game. Lacazette, loose pass to Jota, who tries to release Jimenez first time. Jimenez up towards halfway, waits for some support to arrive, gets it in field from Dendoncker. Dendoncker going infield to Neves and across to Willy Bolly. The Wolves just don't need to take risks yet, Kevin Foley.
No, and that's what Wolves can do. One pass there, and you can hurt Arsenal because they're committing men forward, and you know, that's where Wolves are at their best on the counter attack.
Listen to this atmosphere inside this stadium tonight. Right, loose pass again. Here comes Xhaka trying to lift it forwards. Mesut Ozil down the right hand side, dragging Bolly out wide with him towards the touchline level with the edge of the penalty area, being forced backwards. Bolly getting a strong foot in there, and he'll get the throw as well. Reece Cook is listening into us or watching the Manchester derby on TV. He says, I've muted it to listen to the mighty Wolves hammer Arsenal. Emma says, just finished training at St George's Park to find it's 3-0 up to the Wolves. Helen just says, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Whoop.
Wolves have had 30% possession in the second half so far, which is 2 more than they managed in the first 45 minutes. And yet they lead 3-0.
Again, it shows you just how effective you have to be even when you don't have a lot of the ball. I think Leicester have shown, Leicester went on and win the Premier League with I think 30% possession in most games. It's what you do with it. It's
discipline, isn't it?
Yeah,
out of possession.
And knowing your strengths as well. You know, I think Wolves, we are good enough that we can get out and play from the back. We can weather the storm, but it's how effective we are at going forward and playing that counter-attack football as well.
The Wolves have to defend a free kick here at the minute. Here's Granit Xhaka, or he slips just in front of the centre circle. Neves couldn't quite get close enough to him to win it back. Torreira out to Ozil, midway inside the Wolves half, back into the central position to Xhaka. Now Torreira taking over, closed down by Moutinho. Goes infield to Xhaka. Wolves' 2 most advanced players at the were Neves and Moutinho. It shows how enough players getting back to do their defensive duties, and a big high diagonal that's going to go out of play for a Wolves throw.
And that's the frustration Arsenal are showing. They showed it 2 minutes into the second half. Monreal having a dig from 25-30 yards, not going to trouble you, and then a cross-field ball. They've got no options, straight out of play. Wolves got a throw in now. They've got possession back.
Tomo's been in touch. He's watching in a bar on holiday and just says, "What a game to miss."
You'll be devastated.
Oh, my heart bleeds.
Send him a little picture for us, will you?
Here comes Iwobi for Arsenal. Switched across towards Ozil. Ozil trying to run it up towards the edge of the penalty area. Strong challenges from Moutinho and Neves. Maitland-Niles out to the right side to Mkhitaryan. Iwobi's gone out there to support it. Back infield towards Mkhitaryan, but there's a foot in by Johnny. Jota trying to back it, it will settle for the throw.
I think we're hunting in numbers as well. You know, like Neves and that in there, and Jota there. That's what we've got to do. You know, without the ball, we're compact. We're making it very, very difficult. We're not just going in 1 and 2s, which Arsenal have shown time and time again that they can play through. We're going as a collective, and it makes it very difficult. We're frustrating them now. Look at the likes of Iwobi coming in central to try and get the ball. That's what you want. You know, I think these are good players. They want to get on the ball. They want to see a lot of it, but they're not going anywhere with it. And that's exactly that's down to how well we're defending.
And soaking up play and hitting on the counter when you're 3-0 up is perfect for this Wolves team. Absolutely perfect. Monreal forwards. There's Iwobi. Tracked all the way by Matt Doherty. He has to go infield to try and get away from him. Backwards to Koscielny. Lucas Torreira, 45 yards from goal, turning back infield on his right foot. Got a wall of gold shirts in front of him. Goes wide for Monreal. Ozil takes over. Back infield to Torreira. Listen to that noise as Doherty steps in and wins possession back. Oh, and he tried to slide Jimenez in first time, and he was just intercepted by Koscielny.
Brilliant from Doc. He's just stepped in, won the ball, and so close. It almost put Jimenez clean through, apart from a Koscielny sliding tackle.
Best bit about that was when it was Koscielny that stopped the pass coming through. Doc's tried to put him through.
Ozil, like I said, wide for Iwobi. Low ball into the near post. Good defending from Ryan Bennett and hooked away by Connor Cody. They haven't had a great deal, real clear-cut chances, Arsenal, but they were there in that meantime. What are you two up to?
Well, you interrupted me, didn't you?
Because they were in the penalty area.
He wanted to finish his story off.
Nuno had a proper go at Doherty there for trying to put Jimenez through first time where he could just let it go out for a Wolves throw, but it shows you how confident he is to even take it on, you know. Carry on, Mikey.
Good story.
Oh, I'm sorry, the game was continuing on. There's Koscielny. Backwards into the centre circle to Socrates. To the right-hand side to Maitland-Niles. We'll go back to halfway again to Socrates. Switched across for Mesut Ozil. Wolves are sitting deep and soaking up the pressure with a 3-0 lead, having played nearly 54 minutes on Signal 107 Sport. The big match with Talchoy staying in the game in tiles. Xhaka, wide left for Iwobi. Dendoncker trying to close him down. Iwobi having to go backwards to Xhaka, into his own half to Koscielny. Pass forward intercepted by Johnny. Oh, Jimenez stretch, couldn't quite get there, Kevin Foley.
Yeah, both the wing backs tonight, they've been so much on the front foot, intercepting balls, stepping in and starting off attacks. They've been really impressive.
There's Monreal. Infield to Xhaka, blocked off by Dendoncker. Doherty has it. Little 1-2 with Dendoncker up towards halfway. Lovely flick by Jimenez. Dendoncker. Jimenez has run around the outside of the assistant referee and continues to drive on towards the edge of the penalty, pulling across. Oh, Jota couldn't collect it first time. Still might have a chance here. Still in the box. Jota can't get it onto his left foot, forced wide by Maitland-Niles. Back to Johnny. Infield to Moutinho. Wide for Jota again. Backwards to Ruben Neves, and Wolves can build once more.
Well, it's a great little bit of play, you know, a little 1-2 into Doherty. He puts it up, Jimenez puts it inside first time, and just the pace. Dendoncker just puts it through, weighted pass. Jimenez done everything right there, and I think Jota will be disappointed.
Yeah, it probably just come at him too quick, a bit awkward.
I think he was in two minds whether to take it first time or take a touch, and that's what should he be thinking there. It's behind him, it's at a good height with the quality he's got, probably because it's on his right, but he doesn't take it. But he's got that quality, I think, just make good connection.
Just connect it, You just got to let it hit your foot, really. It's got that much pace on it. But that bit of play down the line, best bit of play of the match. That I like the way Jimenez has actually ran off the pitch and ran around the linesman. The linesman almost got in his way.
Left him for dead as well, didn't he, that linesman?
Left him for dead.
I'd have struggled. The linesman would have had me there.
You'd have gone down, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yellow card.
So back to Koscielny, to Monreal, just on halfway, right in front of Nuno. Iwobi. Ozil back to Monreal on the halfway line, 5 yards in from the touchline. Ozil plays it back to Koscielny. Xhaka takes over in the centre circle, trying to switch it out to the Arsenal right. Mkhitaryan helps it over to Maitland-Niles. Up to the midway point of the Wolves half, trying to take it on himself down the line. Will check back infield and find support from Mkhitaryan. Now to Xhaka, central position again, just out of the centre circle. Falls into the feet of Ozil, 20 yards from goal. Lacazette trying to make a run in behind Ryan Bennett, and Lacazette went down, and Stuart Atwell was very quick to wave his arms to say no penalty. And I think we all took a collective gasp there for a moment.
Well, the referee's positioning was quality. I think he's offside anyway, Lacazette. You know what? If we had VAR and you look at it, if the ref gives it, exactly what we're talking about, there's not enough there to say he's made the wrong decision. If he's not given it, there's not enough there to say he's made the wrong decision. But it's one of them. You can't make contact like that in the box. What he's simulated, the referee, is that Lacazette is looked for it. So he's got in front of his man and then stopped and backed in. But still, it's contact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jota winning a free kick in the meantime. Just very quickly, Foles, because you've got a striker and a defender. If that was you, Chris Owellamo, penalty, yes or no?
Well, I'm saying it's contact in the box, so I'm saying it's a penalty kick.
Was defender Kevin Foley, if you're on the other side of that?
I'm thinking that was possibly a penalty as well. It just looked a little bit clumsy, come from the wrong side, and the fact that Wolves are 3-0 up, I just think the ref It's an easy decision, really,
yeah.
if he wants to give it.
Yeah.
But it's brave from the ref to think, actually, you know what, I'm not going to give
His
that.
positioning was very good.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like I said, his body language as well. He did get there and done enough.
Yeah.
And waiting for the contact and then go down very, very easily. But still, the defender has to be very careful.
Yeah.
The contact, it's got to be very minimal.
Henrik Mkhitaryan has come off for Sead Kolasinac, and Lucas Torreira is coming off for Matteo Guendouzi.
Number 7, Henrik Mkhitaryan is now replaced by number 31, Sead Kolasinac.
There comes Diogo Jota for Wolves, wide for Johnny. Jota's continued on his run here, 10 yards from the corner flag. Cross took a deflection, goes behind for a corner. And there might still be more goals in this for Wolves. Have to start going through the history books and find out when was the last time Wolves scored 4 at home in the Premier League. You boys would have been playing, certainly Foles.
4 at home.
Blackpool, yeah.
Blackpool.
Yeah.
4-1.
Could they make it 4 here? Martinho's corner, right-footed from the left-hand side, trying to drill it back. Jimenez trying to help it back into the danger zone from the edge of the box. He'll get a second chance, and he ends up barging over Lacazette, and a free kick given to Arsenal. I think he was a bit of a slight on that corner from João Martinho. Wasn't what he intended.
I don't know if he was trying to play it all the way out to the edge to Neves for a volley.
That's what it was.
But he sort of
that's what it was.
It's a bit in between, and then Jimenez ends up getting on the end of it.
Just about an hour played on Signal 107 Sport, the big match with Tile Choice staying into the game in tiles. Wolves 3, Arsenal 0. Here comes Monreal again. He's got Kolasinac ahead of him. He's been forced by Dendoncker to go backwards to Xhaka. Now Guendouzi trying to lift it high towards the run of Maitland-Niles, but it goes all the way through to Rui Patricio. Stephen Cliff says the missus loves it when I'm listening to the mighty Wolves. This is the only time I do any housework. Now let's get goal number 4 and I might make the bed, he says. There's Monreal in possession. Sarah's going for 4-0 to Wolves. Richard's only just discovered our commentary. Says he moved to Watford 40 years ago. Can't wait to see Nuno's boys here on Saturday. Putting right the heartbreak of Wembley. Richard, ex-Penn Cricket Club. Great to have you with us. Donna's stuck on the car park at work. She says you can't risk celebrating at the wheel.
That's great. Where's Steve from? He's in the UK.
Stephen Clift, I don't know, maybe he'll message us and let us know.
Oh,
Why, you want him to go around to your house and do some housework for you?
He needs to, if he's making the bed at 9 o'clock at night, there's something wrong.
Can't beat fresh sheets. Oh, Tom's pointing out we scored 4 against Leicester. Of course we did earlier this season in that epic 4-3 game. Jota trying to get the better of Koscielny, and I think he just tucked him back. Daz is pointing out my error as well. Can't believe I forgot that Leicester game. So much has happened since. That's my excuse anyway. I'm sure Looms will bring it up when we're recording Old Gold Club tomorrow.
Of course.
Who's on?
Jeff Palmer's in the studio tomorrow. The episode that goes out tomorrow is with Andy Thompson. Yes. I thought people might be missing him while he's away this week. So we've done an episode with Tomo. It's basically Tomo and Looms just battering me for the majority of it. Just as Wolves are battering Arsenal right now, 3-0 up after 62 minutes. And here comes Socrates. We'll leave it for Guendouzi. Back to Koscielny on the halfway line, just to the right of the centre circle, just bringing it forwards. Wolves are perfectly happy at the minute, Looms, just to let Arsenal have it and play around with it in these kind of areas.
Yeah, they're playing in front. You know, you look at Jota and Jimenez as well, very, very deep. But it's all in front, and they're just basically shuffling across not putting under pressure, and then when they do come out over a certain level, that's when they go. But they go together, which is important.
Ozil wide for Maitland-Niles, attempted cross blocked off by Johnny, will rebound for an Arsenal throw about 20 yards from goal.
Again, excellent defending. You know, Johnny stopping the cross from coming in. Arsenal, the only place for them to go is down both flanks. But when they get it, we're stopping it from that point. You know, there's not been many crosses coming in.
No, go on, Johnny.
Here comes Johnny down the left-hand side, trying to drive over the halfway line. He might continue on himself here, just taken off him by Socrates in the end.
He'd done a lot there, Johnny, hadn't he? He wanted a little bit more help from Jimenez, and it's one of them. It is when you are a striker and you're back defending, it does take a lot out of you. But Jimenez can be on his front foot there. When Johnny does come inside, can he pick up the second ball? Johnny actually got to the second ball himself. Then it becomes loose. That's when you want Jimenez to be alive and taking it into the box.
On towards Lacazette, who takes a tumble as it goes all the way through to Patricio. Shea Griffiths is sitting on holiday in Poland, loving it. Says, can we do the same as in 1971? Wolves 5, Arsenal 1. Following year, Wolves won 3-1 at Arsenal in the FA Cup. And following season, 3-1 over Arsenal in 1974. Beat them in 1975 and in 1976 in the FA Cup. Used to be a regular occurrence. Hasn't been for a long time. Our Wolves heading towards a famous victory.
Arsenal are getting frustrated now because
you can see that,
you get they're overhitting balls. Lacazette's banging the floor in frustration. You know, Wolves out of possession. They've got 5 at the back. They've got 3 across the midfield, and the 2 lads up front are just waiting for us to win the ball so they can pounce. And that's the great thing about Wolves, is not only can they soak up pressure, but they can actually go the other way and hurt teams. Whereas you see Brighton the last couple of games against us and Tottenham, they're unlucky at Tottenham, to be fair, but they'll sit back, but they won't really have an attacking threat. Whereas on the other hand, Wolves will sit back, but they do have an attacking threat.
Maitland-Niles back to Socrates. Since those changes, Arsenal have kind of matched up with the back three of Socrates, Koscielny and Monreal. Kolasinac and Maitland-Niles pushing further forwards as wing-backs. Guendouzi, Xhaka, Ozil, all trying to support Iwobi and Lacazette, but as the boys are saying, Wolves have stuck to their defensive duties really well tonight. As Dendoncker gets another foot in, Monreal takes over midway inside the Wolves half. Ozil came off Dendoncker again. Lacazette challenged with Neves. It's cleared as far as Jimenez. He couldn't quite get it under control. If he did, they were 2-on-2. Instead, it's Guendouzi wide to Maitland-Niles on the right-hand side. Good foot in by Johnny, battling away, and he'll get the throw as well.
Been on the front foot again, winning the ball. Been fantastic tonight, him and Doc.
Well, the stats for the second half: 76% possession for Arsenal, but 1 shot each. Tells a real story on this. Iwobi back infield to Xhaka, to Guendouzi, to Xhaka once more. Just at 10 yards inside the Wolves half, trying to switch it across towards Nacho Monreal. Lacazette forced wide and couldn't find Kolasinac and out of play for a Wolves throw.
Like you say, we're completely frustrating them. The body language. You've said they've went like for like, trying to match up, and it's not changed. It's not changed anything in the game. They're still seeing a lot of the ball, but not doing nothing with it. They're passing. The pace of the pass, it's not really moving us. We're comfortable, you know. So, and when we get it, like Kev says, we're going from back to front with quality, with pace, and we're a threat. We look like we're going to do something every time we do.
Definitely.
Dirty forwards, Dendoncker,
well
Neves,
now
go. Jota, and Johnny is on the charge here, and Johnny into the penalty area, trying to cut back on his right foot as he got some support, trying to switch the cross. Raul Jimenez to strike it! Across the face of goal. Would have been the icing on the cake. Another brilliant counter-attack play, and Raul Jimenez just couldn't produce the finish.
I've got to say, fantastic build-up play again. Johnny's put through, a little bit of skill at the edge of the box, but he just couldn't get away from his man. He comes back, and it's a great whip across as well to Jimenez. Fantastic first touch. The goal is open. Just hit the target. Make the keeper work. You'll be so disappointed.
It's just got to hit the target.
Yeah, just hit the target. You know, that's what he does. The goals that he scores, he's composed in that position. He's just trying to put everything on it, and again took it on the half volley, and that's when I think he could probably take it a little bit earlier then when the ball's in there rather than on the half volley.
Yeah, is it the second touch that just takes it, narrows the angle too much maybe? Yeah, interesting one to see back again. Wolves 3, Arsenal 0. Wolves have put themselves in a position though where they can afford to miss those kind of chances.
Yeah, but he'll be disappointed in himself. You know, he's working so hard without the ball, the defensive side of it, that when that chance comes, he knows.
Yeah, it's similar to what he had one in the first half as well, where he was just leaning back a little bit, probably trying too hard.
Yeah, not scored a league goal since the draw away at Chelsea at the beginning of March. Of course, he did score and Wembley against Watford, the game that we like to forget. Maitland-Niles backwards to Koscielny, across to Monreal. 69 minutes played on Signal 107 Sport. The big match with Tile Choice, staying into the game in tiles around the world via Wolves TV. Mikey Burrows, Chris Owellamo and Kevin Foley with you tonight. Here comes Ozil into the penalty area. Ozil trying to pull one back, and it's behind everyone thankfully, and Johnny putting his foot through it and getting it clear, and Jota putting real pressure on Socrates, who has to go all the way back to his keeper. Again, well defended when they needed to.
Yeah, again, good pressure. Johnny does his job, defends well, and you know, at moments you have just got to clear it, get it out the danger area. Diogo Jota trying to make a nothing ball into something there, and Socrates, as you say, it's like he covered his man well, and Leno was always on.
Eddie Nketiah is being prepared by Arsenal. In the meantime, it's a high ball towards Kolasinac, well won in the air by Doherty, out of play for an Arsenal throw. Here comes that change.
Substitution for Arsenal, number 17, Alex Iwobi, is replaced by number 49,
Alex Iwobi, who's going
Eddie
off.
Nketiah.
19-year-old Eddie Nketiah, product of the Arsenal youth development. Third and final change that as well. So Unai Emery can do no more to try and get his team back into the game. Wolves have 20 minutes to see this job through. And Nuno has options from the bench to help him do it, should he feel the need. Big game coming up on Saturday away at Watford. At what point does he feel maybe you put the likes of Jota and Jimenez wrapped up in cotton wool, ready for Saturday maybe? Get the boys' thoughts in a second as Maitland-Niles comes forwards down the line for Nketiah, backwards for Guendouzi, now to Socrates, infield to Koscielny, Monreal on the left-hand side, midway inside the Wolves half, driving forwards, out to the touchline to Kolasinac. Bennett actually won it, but then played it off Dendoncker, and the referee has given a goal kick. Certainly looked like it came off Dendoncker.
I think it just nicked Ozil on the way through.
Yeah, his reaction, Ozil's reaction, I think he's the referee's got that one spot on. Does Nuno make a change? Does he? Why spoil the flow? I think they're comfortable. I think they're working hard, and I think that's where probably if there is going to be a change, he's got a strong bench. Like you say, I'd like to see Traore come on, and that would put the fear of life into the back three, wouldn't it? You know, I think again, with pace, with quality, he gets the ball, he drives, he makes things happen, and it's the perfect game for him.
Lovely ball forwards to Jota. Johnny has continued on his run. Jota up towards the edge of the box, still trying to force his way through. Still battling on here, Diogo Jota. He's done brilliantly to keep the ball alive and go back to Willy Boly. He's having a splendid game tonight.
Yeah, it's been excellent. I think not only going forward but defensively as well. He's got his goal, and you can see the confidence. Everything that he's doing, every touch, he's making things happen. He's bringing players into play.
Oh, Moutinho playing a lovely flick back to Boly. Under pressure goes back to Patricio, is out of his penalty area. Nuno's fuming that Wolves aren't moving this as quick as he would like. Now it's an awkward clearance. It's going to come all the way through to Nketiah. up against Willy Bolly, and Nketiah's got the better of him, and Nketiah squaring it across. What a tackle by Ryan Bennett to deny Lacazette. Nuno is fuming down on the touchline, but Ryan Bennett has come up with another big moment for his team.
Wow, what a challenge that was. It's got goal written all over it, and then Bennett's just slid him from absolutely nowhere. He's got a fantastic block. Just having a look now on the screen. Yeah, I think it was Lacazette. He's just took the ball off Lacazette's toes, but the amount of times I've been to Wolves games this year, and Bennett is always producing them last-ditch tackles, and he times them so well.
Sees the danger.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the thing. Lacazette, great ball in as well, and he already sees the contact, the legs swinging, and Bennett, that last-ditch tackle, brave enough to put his foot there as well. No, again, excellent defending.
Man City lead 1-0 at Manchester United in the game at Old Trafford tonight. Here comes Johnny for Wolves as they go in search of a fourth. Jota to the left-hand side of the penalty area, he'll settle for the corner. Sliding challenge came in to deny him. It would be incredible if Wolves could go on and get a fourth here.
Cavalleros looks like he's getting ready down there.
João Moutinho in no rush at the minute to go over and take the corner. Wolves in the ascendancy.
Neves. No.
It's taken short to Jota. Moutinho pulling it back to Johnny. Johnny back out wide for João Moutinho, level with the edge of the penalty area, just playing it on infield to Jota. Low cross to the near post. It was only Willy Bolly close enough to it. Socrates took no chances and just hoofed it clear out of play for a throw. Susie Perry has been in touch, listens to a lot of games, says, don't let Tomo back.
31,436.
31,436 the attendance tonight. 31436. Here's Johnny. They've been treated, every single one of them, to another memorable night in a season of memorable nights. And anybody who thought that Wolves, having lost the FA Cup semi-final, were going to put their feet up for the rest of the year and would be on the beach before the end of the campaign, not on your life. Neves trying to lift one over the top offside flag. It's going to go up against Raul Jimenez. Leno had come out and headed it anyway.
Just off, I think.
Yeah, not a lot in it, but again, fantastic. Always looking to get in behind, and the pass was executed perfectly as well.
Going to see Adama Traore coming on as well very shortly. I imagine for that front two of Jota and Jimenez. 14 minutes remain on Signal 107 Sport, the big match with Tile Choice, staying out of the game in tiles. Don't forget the final whistle, fans phone in, you can talk to me in Looms, 0333 7000 107. This is Guendouzi, wide for Ozil, trying to play it forwards, intercepted by Doherty. Bennett to get it clear as far as Jimenez. Backwards for Moutinho. Moutinho trying to lift it to the right hand side for Doherty. Doherty will drive in field, and there's options further on, and one of which is Raul Jimenez. Jota's racing up as well. Jimenez to the edge of the box, just crowded out. Too many Arsenal players got back there. Wolves had 4 gold shirts up in that attack, and they're all now having to race to get back in support as Cody holds off Lacazette, grabs too much of him, kicks the ball away, and Stuart Atwell will call him back for a word. Real shame that Jimenez took it on. Just whether it was all crowded up in the end.
Yeah, Jota makes a great run. He gives it on the outside of him, and I thought the way Jimenez was driving inside, I thought he was going to reverse it back to him, but he decided to go himself. By that time, Arsenal got enough players back behind the ball.
So I just think there, I think, yeah, you say Jota's made a great run, but as soon as Jimenez come in, that inside, get the shot away. It's on to take the shot, and they take another touch, and allowed the challenge to be made.
Yeah. Unai Emery can't believe that Conor Cody's not got a yellow card there. Diogo Jota being replaced by Ivan Cavallero. Listen to this ovation.
It's replaced by number 7, Ivan
What a night he's had, Diogo Jota. Thoroughly deserved that goal just before half-time.
Yeah, been excellent. You know, I think distribution, bringing other players into it, but the work rate in itself, standing ovation, thoroughly deserved.
He will be many people's man of the matches, Kevin Foley, Diogo Jota.
Absolutely, worked his socks off, and that's, for the fans at Wolves, that's your number one priority. Work your socks off, and then the rest will take care of itself, and what a talent he is.
Xhaka lifting it forwards, Socrates header on, Dendoncker will try and bring it away down the Wolves' left, trying to cut back infield away from Nketiah, finding Doherty, Moutinho through the legs of Doherty to Dendoncker. It's champagne football now, and if you can't do that when you're 3-0 up at home against Arsenal, when can you do it? Jimenez back to Moutinho, flicked infield to Dendoncker. Oh, he's presented it to Guendouzi this time though. Guendouzi up towards the edge of the box, on again for the chance, and it's flicked in goalwards but wide and behind. I think Bolly might have got a foot to it. And Arsenal will get themselves a corner. Good defending in the end after Wolves maybe just overplaying it in their own half.
Yeah, I think Nuno's shaking his head. I think he's thinking the exact same thing. Just, you don't want to get sloppy. You don't want to give Arsenal a sniff.
Yeah, and there's no room for complacency, I think. Yeah, there's confidence and there's arrogance there, and it's just a bit too much.
Ball delivered in and turned home from the corner. Arsenal have a goal back in the game. Met with almost silence around Molineux. The corner just lifted high into the danger zone, and Socrates was there. And Wolves went to sleep from a set piece, and the clean sheet goes. It's Wolves 3, Arsenal 1.
Patricio, he sort of half comes and goes back on his line, and can he come for that?
I think I think it's the reading of the ball. It's a fantastic ball to the back.
It's a great ball.
Just shows he's keen forward, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And then he knows it's going to be too big.
It's quite a deep one, that's why, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Arsenal centre-half got himself marked by Ruben Neves as well. He's always favourite to get highest there. It's given Arsenal a sniff. Wolves have to make sure that they sniff it out. Snuff it out. Koscielny under pressure from Cavallero. 10 minutes remain. Doherty blocking off. It will be an Arsenal throw. Aidan says, just pulled into my driveway after a 110-kilometre commute home from Toronto. Sat in my car, glued to the commentary of this. Don't want to go in the house yet, as life is good in my car right now. Come on, me babbies. Wolves 3, Arsenal 1. Traore going to come on for Jimenez next time this ball goes dead. Kolasinac on the left-hand side for Arsenal, 30 yards from goal, trying to run it behind Matt Doherty. Doherty stretch.
Goal kick.
Did he get something to it? Yeah. It's going to go behind for a goal kick.
Great challenge from Doc.
Had to be careful because he's on a yellow.
He timed it well.
Raúl Jimenez.
For Wolves, number 9, Raúl Jimenez.
Coming off. Hasn't got his goal tonight, but he's put in another tremendous shift.
No, he has. He's been excellent, you know, defensively again. But you know what? He's been a great outlet. Every time it's come up, he's a threat. He doesn't give the Arsenal defence a minute. The ball sticks with him. It bounced off him a couple of times in the first half, and you see he was disappointed with that. It never happened. I'm a bit worried here. I'm looking at Doherty as well. Looks like he's struggling with the right knee. Hopefully that's something he can just run off.
We have about 8.5 minutes plus time added on. Don't forget, final whistle fans phone in 0333 7107 is the number to call. I'll take your calls through to 10 o'clock tonight, and then we're back on Saturday afternoon for the big one down at Watford, the revenge mission for what happened at Wembley, and a chance to firm up control of 7th place in the Premier League that Wolves are heading back to as things stand. There'll be a point clear of Watford, 2 clear of Everton, 3 clear of Leicester in the battle for 7th, with 3 games to go. Here's Monreal over the halfway line for Arsenal, into the feet of Mesut Ozil. Xhaka back into his own half to Koscielny. Forwards for Guendouzi to Lacazette, wide for Maitland-Niles, 10 yards inside the Wolves half, couple in from the right-hand touchline. Nketiah Now this is Xhaka trying to switch across for Ozil. Then Donker will try and get across to him. Ozil wants to go back infield to Xhaka. Xhaka wide out to the left-hand side to Kolasinac. Down the line for Ozil. Dangerous low cross in, and Neves has to put it behind for a corner. And Arsenal are just getting a little bit of a head of steam up here.
No, but again, they're gonna throw everything at it. We just got to make sure that we're organised, we're strong enough. Neves there doing his defensive job as well. That's it. Defend these corners. Defend it. Put your head on it. Be brave enough.
Xhaka corner, left-footed from the left-hand side. It's a deep one all the way through the penalty area, and Nketiah tries to keep it alive. Ryan Bennett is the man out with him. And Nketiah trying to turn and knock it past him, and Ryan Bennett.
Rugby tackle.
One of the most blatant fouls you're going to see in a long time. He had no intention of letting Eddie Nketiah go round him there. Ryan Bennett takes the yellow card.
Well, Eddie Nketiah there, he's got fresh legs, he's got pace to him on, hasn't he? And Ryan Bennett, when he's chasing him out, he's thinking, what am I doing here? Yeah. Sometimes you just let him go and get himself back in the area.
Get me back into the middle of the pitch.
Yeah, exactly.
He's 11th yellow of the season, Ryan Bennett. And Wolves to defend a set piece again. Man City are 2-0 up at Man United. Xhaka left-footed, trying to deliver it in towards the near post. Up go the heads, and it goes all the way through, and it's a corner. I think that's Willy Bolly. They've got something on it ahead of Koscielny.
That's that in-swing and delivery again from Xhaka. It's lethal, honestly. Just puts it into that no-man land, right between the goalies and defenders. And
what a good challenge from Willy Bolly.
Had to be there.
Xhaka's corner, left-footed from the left-hand side. Again, it's a deep one. Ryan Bennett got his head to it this time. Headed back out to the left-hand side for Arsenal for Ozil, who puts it back high towards the right-hand post. Just lifted away by Neves outside the penalty area, and Nketiah has it. Neves closing him down, forcing him backwards and wide, and it goes to Maitland-Niles, and Koscielny's down in the penalty area, so the referee will stop play to go and get him some treatment. We have 5.5 minutes remaining. Wolves 3, Arsenal 1. Just landed awkwardly, I think, Laurent Koscielny. I think he hoped there would be a Wolves player underneath him to try and soften his blow as he went down. Just rode off the back of Dendoncker. These two boys are wincing alongside me.
His left shoulder's still down there at the minute. Oh, it was terrible, man. Yeah.
Wolves have 5 minutes plus time added on to see this job through now. Arsenal desperate to try and find another way back in. They've still only had one shot on target, Arsenal, in the second half. And that's the goal that's given them a sniff of a chance. That's the excellent defensive job that Wolves have done. Here comes Maitland-Niles down the right-hand side for Arsenal, flicked infield. Neves to clear up as far as Traoré. Now he's got Doherty making a great break down the right-hand side. Cavallero's calling for it. Doherty trying to switch it across to him. That's an excellent ball, actually, and Cavallero forced a little bit wide, but it's given him time just to hold things up and wait for support. We'll try and deliver a cross in, and it was Socrates who got his head to it. It's going to be a Wolves throw right down by the corner flag.
Well, again, you can see, I think Doherty a little bit earlier in the match had the bombed on and took that drive, but you can see that, you know what, the match is taking its toll. He's worked ever so hard, but a fantastic weighted ball for Cavallero as well, who again done everything right for me. He got that yard, just the execution, that final pass. If he can just dink it over him, and Adama Traore's coming straight onto that to put one on Leonard's goal.
Morgan Gibbs-White is being prepared to come on for the final stretch, the final push. Matinho down by the corner flag, working it back to Johnny, now to Cavallero. Thought about going wide to the right-hand side, instead went back down the left to Johnny, now Matinho. Infield to Cavallero, to Matinho on the touchline, backwards to Johnny midway inside the half. Johnny looking to hold off his man and wins a free kick.
He does it so well, you know. I think you said about Jota with his low centre of gravity. Johnny's the exact same. Just got in front of his man and said, "You can foul. There's no way you can do anything about this." Just excellent.
Got incredible quads, Johnny.
Powerful guy, isn't he? Powerful.
I think genuinely he struggles to buy trousers. He's told us in the past. He's got such big quad muscles. I'm telling you, he's an impressive man.
Should wear a skirt. Buy a skirt, no?
It's up to him, isn't it?
What's that one
I
that
think, to be
Beckham?
fair, I think most footballers, they have to go like up in the waist because of the thighs. I know that I had to buy a bigger waist because of my thighs.
Yeah.
Obviously not as impressive as Johnny because I don't make Mike blush the way that Johnny does.
I just love Kev Foley's like, yeah, as if like, yeah, that didn't really happen for you, did it, Kev? You're still in kids' clothes.
Yeah. 32 waist.
32 waist.
Yeah, man.
There's Lacazette trying to play it infield to Guendouzi. Midway inside the Wolves half. Gibbs White waiting to come on. It's switched to the right hand side for Arsenal to Ozil. 20 yards from goal. Martinho getting a good foot in there. Johnny puts his foot through it. It's going to be picked up by Koscielny just inside his own half. Cavallero and Traore were quite deep there. We have a minute 40 of the 90 remaining, plus time to be added on. Here come Arsenal again. Socrates trying to lift it forwards to Nketiah. Bolly with the header. Dendoncker trying to get control of it, just turning and trying to play it wide for Johnny. Got his head to it, but it goes out of play for an Arsenal throw. And here comes Morgan Gibbs-White. And it's João Moutinho that he will replace.
Number 28, João Moutinho, is replaced by number 17, Morgan Gibbs-White.
Feels like one of those nights tonight where you haven't seen an awful lot of João Moutinho, but it's the work he's done off the ball that's been a credit to him.
Yeah, he's been excellent. You know, again, always wanting it in tight areas. I think it makes Wolves tick. You know, I think it's one of them, him and Neves in there organising. And like you said, probably you don't see a lot of them, but
yeah,
the work ethic, protecting the back three, been outstanding.
I think you probably don't see a lot of it because he takes quick touches. He'll play one touch, he'll play two touch. He won't hang on to the ball for too long because he's clever. He'll pass it, he'll move, he'll get it again, he'll lay it off. And he rarely gets caught in possession. Tight situations, he'll flick it over a player, he'll play a 1-2 around him, and he'll, like you say, he'll just get Wolves playing. And he's been fantastic this season.
This is Maitland-Niles down the right-hand side, trying to feed it on towards Nketiah. Across came the challenge of Willy Bolly at the expense of a throw down by the corner flag. Fourth official's board coming up very shortly. Arsenal continue on. We're going to have 4 minutes of time being added on.
There will be a minimum of 4 minutes added time. 4 minutes.
And Arsenal have a free kick in a dangerous position again. Wolves must see the job through now. Cavallero's a one-man wall, just over 20 yards on the diagonal on the right-hand side. Xhaka to take it left-footed. Everybody forwards for Arsenal as it's whipped in low to the near post and just claimed by Rui Patricio. Can't have seen that till late.
Great hands. It's just flashed through about 5 or 6 players.
Thrown out quickly to Matt Doherty, who just tries to launch it down the line for Adama Traore.
Oh, it's a free kick.
Who was nudged into, lent into by Matteo Guendouzi. Wolves bench are furious.
Well, and rightfully so. I think Traore there got his body in front, and the linesman and the ref never batted an eyelid there. I don't understand it, but again, Rui Patricio, great hands, releases it to Doherty, and I think a fantastic ball up the line as well.
Yeah, it was great.
Monreal infield to Ozil, trying to take it on and lift it to the right hand side to Socrates. Morgan Gibbs-White with him. Socrates having to go backwards to Granit Xhaka. We have played a minute and a half of the 4 minutes being added on here at Molineux. Wolves 3, Arsenal 1 on Signal 107 Sport and Wolves TV. Monreal's cross blocked off by Dendoncker, who plays it infield here to Traore, and Traore turns and beats one, and he tried to feed it through to Cavallero, and Koscielny nicked it from him. Here's Lacazette, now trying to find Nketiah, right hand side of the penalty area, up against Johnny, trying to cut infield on his left foot. Bolly blocks it with his face, and it goes out of play for a throw on the far side. Wolves millimetres away from sending Cavallero clean through.
Well, again, is it Bolly that blocked it with his face there? That's what you call defending. And Nketiah put his hands to his face like he knew exactly where it was going if Bolly's face wasn't there. So, yeah, the job done defensively. But again, Arsenal going to throw everything at it. We're strong, we're organised, we're working hard. Look at Traore now, back in the right back position.
Guendouzi trying to put a low cross in, Bennett with the header away, comes out to Xhaka, who lifts it into the danger zone, and Nketiah brings it down, but miles offside.
Great first touch though, wasn't it?
just plucked it out of the sky. But what a great back line there. As soon as the ball's gone out, the Wolves players have all stepped up.
We have a minute 20 remaining of my watch. 0333 7107 is the number to call. 0333 7107. Talk to us on the final whistle. Fans phone in. Traore has got the better of Monreal, driving down the right hand side. Arsenal trying to get bodies back. Traore will take the foul for the nudge from Kolasinac. Free kick just outside the box on the right hand side. And that is just what Wolves wanted, to eat up a vital few seconds.
Again, he's got pace to burn, hasn't he? I think Kolasinac, it's just lazy defending. It's poor frustration. Again, they've not had it their own way at all tonight. But
frustration. He's lost his head and he's just chucked him on the floor. Manager's probably going crazy now. Look, it's going to cost Arsenal an extra minute now. And
Traore is the only man in the box. Gibbs White, I think he's just going to flick this short to Cavallero, who will take it to the corner. 20 seconds remain. Gibbs White, Dendoncker. So Doherty down the line for Gibbs White, takes it to the corner flag and gets the corner as it came off Granit Xhaka. And Wolves are doing a professional job right now. And would you ever have thought this in all your wildest dreams when Wolves got back to the Premier League, that heading towards the end of the season, Wolves in 7th, seeing out a momentous historic victory over the mighty Arsenal. These are special days. Cavallero's corner delivered in, headed away by Monreal, and the final whistle goes, and history is made again at Molineux. Those records keep on tumbling. Wolves' first top-flight league victory over Arsenal for 40 years, given to them from a stunning counter-attacking first half that saw a brilliant free kick from Ruben Neves, a super header from Matt Doherty, and a counter-attacking piece of gold from Diogo Jota. Socrates headed one home in the second half to give Arsenal a bit of a chance, but in truth, Wolves had already won the game by half-time, and they were well worthy of it.
Yeah, I think so. I think Arsenal, they came out, there's probably similar possession, probably a little bit more so in the second half, but done nothing with it. Wolves were organised, defensively sound, and again probably more dangerous with the ball.
Yeah.
You know, every time they got it, they went from back to front with very quickly, but with quality. Certain players, I think Diogo Jota, did he win man of the match? I'm sure he was. Did he win it?
I presume he will.
I'm sure he will, and thoroughly deserved. But all around, all across the back four, back three, excellent. Every single man done their job tonight, to the letter. Nuno will be a happy manager, and he'll go in there and say, well done boys, more of the same, let's kick on, let's play in 7th spot, make sure it's ours.